Live. And there we are. We are live. Hello, BYOT fam. Thank you all for joining me today. It's a bit of a little more of an impromptu Q&A session because I was actually planning on posting today's part 3 shed video, but of course, some things just could not be taken care of as far as the video editing purpose, so that will be next week. But I still wanted to get out a video this week, and it worked out perfectly because it seemed like there was a lot of questions on the shed build. There's been a ton of interest, which I absolutely love seeing. So please let me know in the comments first thing if you have any specific questions on the shed project. If we don't get any shed project related questions, I will for sure take any other home improvement questions you so have. So please let me know. In any case, thank you all so much for the love and support along the way, because this channel is blowing up to the next level that I could not imagine. And I am truly impressed, as well as just thankful and grateful for all the support. I don't know if anyone out there have actually seen my post that I posted recently on the community channel stating the milestones that BYT has actually hit over the last 50, 100, and 150, but if you haven't, I'll just share because it's truly remarkable, because it took me 43 months to get to 50,000 followers. It took me 14 months to get to 100,000 followers. It took me 6 months to get to 150,000 followers. And I certainly don't know what it's going to take to get to 200,000, but we are surpassing even the 6-month mark at this point. So I could not be more grateful to all of you. So thank you all so much for the love and support, because this channel would not be where it is today without your guys' support. So thank you. And I'm really hoping that you guys are all learning along the way, because to give you a little tidbit, I have never built a shed before. No, I've built plenty of other things as far as framing goes, so I thought a shed build would be pretty straightforward. Not everything's as straightforward as I would want it to be, which is kind of why it took a little bit longer to build the shed than I even personally thought, but it's turned out amazing. The shed is done. I cannot wait to share the shed project in part 3 with you guys next week, because the siding looks amazing. The paint looks good. The metal roof that we installed looks incredible. So I'm so excited for this project to be done, and it will all be done in a part 3, as well as plans. I have actually I'm actually paying someone to build plans for the shed, because there's been so many people that have asked for plans for this shed. So I knew I had to get some type of plans in order for you guys. So hope you actually appreciate that and actually use them, because I'm definitely putting some time and energy into the plans itself. And hopefully it helps someone else out there, because that's what it's all about on the BYT channel, is helping others learn how to build and create. I see that there might be a few questions here, and I'll take a look first off. And again, also, there's a few of you here, so let me know where you guys are actually in the world. If it's not just the United States, but I would love to know if it is the United States or elsewhere. Please let me know. And there are a few questions. D, part 3, yes, part 3 is coming this Saturday. I assure you, it will be this Saturday. And oh, of course, the cost, the total cost of the shed. Well, it's it's not the cheapest shed you could possibly imagine, but it is very well built, and you do save a lot of money building yourself. So you have to also take into that account. But with lumber and sheathing and everything else in between, rough guess estimates, don't hold me to this, because I will, if you let me know, because if you want me to put in the last part 3, because I can still calculate it at this point, if you want me to put a price tag on the shed project, I can do so at the very end of the video in part 3. So let me know if you do want that, because I will add that in there at the end. But to give you a guesstimate, I would say approximately $3,000 in materials. I don't know, give or take $500 probably. but I'd say right around there. The lumber is definitely probably the most expensive part with the sheathing, just because lumber prices are ridiculous at this point. But it's still a manageable cost for a very nice structure. At least personally, that's how I feel. It's not. I was getting ridiculous comments, especially the first video, stating that, oh, I'd have to mortgage my house for this shed, or you could build this shed or buy a Ferrari. Yeah, I probably deserve that because based upon when we're actually building this shed, but I would say confidently it's not overly expensive. It's one of those things where it's a very nice structure and it adds value to your own home. So you have to take that into account. Building a shed like this could add $10,000 to your house price. So that's always in the back of my mind of thinking about, okay, yes, it is a shed. It's expensive, but it does add value to your home. And I'm going to take a look and see if we actually have any questions along the way. Total cost, the price of lumber feature, yes. The price again. Yep, I will definitely confirm that at some point. Oh, and we have a few people talking to us via Virginia. A few people in Virginia, Connecticut. I love it. Oh, let's see here. We have Ooh, there we go. Wisconsin, land of the cheese. I love it, D. India. Oh, there we go. Love the BYOT community. And I'll just put these up there because I hadn't. Southwest Virginia and Virginia. Who knew? Connecticut. Donnie, love it. Yes, the shed is well built. Lisa, I could not agree with you more. Yes, very well built shed. Again, if you guys are just coming in, please let me know if you guys have any specific questions on the shed itself, because this is kind of an intermediate video that I wanted to do because I'm not getting out part 3 this week. So if you do have any specific questions on the shed build, let me know. If you don't, let me know if you have any general home improvement questions, because I'm happy to take any that you so desire. Let's see here. Oh, we got a Florida. Kathy and the dogs. How many dogs, Kathy? How many dogs? That's the real question. Oh, oh yes. It's family renovate. If you guys haven't checked out their channel, please do. They are an amazing DIY channel that I absolutely love, and the family dynamic I just absolutely love as well, because it is a family of 8, as in renovate. So again, also amazing name for the channel. Personally, I think it's absolutely perfect. So if you guys haven't checked out their amazing little home renovations, they're very entertaining as well as look beautiful in the end. I don't know who does your guys' actual final finish shots as well as your thumbnails, but you guys are doing an amazing job. Coming in late. Can you show the shed? I'm sorry, I do not. I'm not actually I'm at my house, not my parents', so I can't physically show you the shed as to what it looks like right now. But I also want to keep it somewhat of a secret, Kathy, because I don't want to give everything away before the final reveal. It will definitely be well worth it, I assure you, in the end, because this is my first shed, but it is top notch. At least I think. Let's see here. Same. Fully agree. I completely agree, because there are plenty of pre-made shed assemblies, and in all honesty, there is some benefit to those because of the fact that they're all the parts, all the lumber, everything that you need for that build is there for you, ready to go. And with this being the first time I built this shed, there was quite a few trips to Home Depot that I realized, oh yeah, I need that. Oh yeah, I need that. But you will never get the quality of this build within your own shed that's pre-made. At least I haven't seen one in my research. Let's just say that. And we did do some research before we built the shed, because maybe do a pre-made shed, but we decided, hey, for the money, because those are not always the cheapest options. There's still plenty of expensive sheds out there. They're still not going to be the quality that this shed is. At least that's how I feel. Oh, we have 2 dogs. 2 dogs. Yep. No problem, Family Renovate. No problem. You have 4. 4D. Oh, I gotta see a picture. You gotta send me a picture one of these days. I want to see it. Oh, I think this is based upon the herringbone brick. Oh, of course, the wall behind me. That is a fun wall. Have you seen the actual YouTube video, though? Have you seen the YouTube video and watched it to see how you can actually create this unique pattern? Let me know. Oh, that's a fun one. Yes. I love it. Oh, wait, Brent is Linda. Long time fan. Oh, of course. Leah from CJ and Drill. If you haven't actually checked out her channel as well, she is amazing. C. Jane Drill is her channel and is still one of my favorite people within the YouTube community. Amazing following as well, and she's actually remodeling a house right now as we speak, and I don't know when it's going to be fully done, but she has a number of very fun, unique projects or unique tips. There is one tip that she gave this week that I never knew, that was so simple. It's an electrical tip. If you haven't seen it, please do, because it's blowing up on her channel because no one knew about it. And I've been in the trades for 15 plus years. I never knew about this tip. So if you do want to check out her channel, specifically the one that she just posted this week, please do, because it's an amazing simple electrical tip that I personally never knew either. Isn't that? Oh, yes. Did you go to school for? Oh, there we go. Thank you for the question there, Carlos. Again, if you guys are just joining us, please leave some comments below if there's anything specific that you want to ask me on your own projects or just life in general. Please let me know and please ask, because I'm happy to take any questions, specifically shed questions. But if shed questions don't come up like they are now, I will be glad to answer any other questions. So, Carlos, I actually did go to school for construction management. So I went to a 4-year degree, construction management, and I was in the trades personally as a laborer for years and did some fun labor projects within the summer months throughout high school as well as college. But I went to school for construction management. I should have gone to school for carpentry, in all honesty, because that would have been a lot funner. And personally for me, I love working with my hands. And I quickly realized after I got out of school that you are basically sat at a desk sometimes. And that's basically what I did. I got out of school, went into construction management for a large general contractor, and was sat at a desk. And that was not my world of construction, at least how I envisioned it. And lo and behold, I got laid off of that job. I went to other subcontractors, other general contractors, and it was all basically the same. And at a certain point throughout those years, I still was working on my own personal carpentry skills, because I bought a house and I remodeled the entire thing, which is, of course, partially why I actually started my own YouTube channel, because at a certain point, I couldn't find a specific video on a specific subject anywhere. And so I was like, how is there no video for this? And I said to my girlfriend at the time, now wife, maybe I should do a YouTube video to help someone else out there on their own YouTube journey or on their own building journey, because YouTube's helped me so much. And that's kind of where the ball started rolling. And that wasn't the first video I did, but it was definitely the one that kind of got me thinking maybe I should do YouTube videos to help someone else out. And lo and behold, 5.5 years later, it's my full-time career, and it's literally my truest passion in life other than family. And I absolutely love what I do. I'm so passionate about helping others learn how to build, and hopefully you guys all are learning along the way. So thank you all again so much for all the support. I want to build a concrete block shed here in Florida. Any suggestions? Interesting, Kathy. And personally, in all honesty, I do not have any experience yet with concrete block. I definitely have seen it laid, and I personally haven't actually used or built anything via concrete block. But with it being Florida, and obviously there's hurricanes in Florida, so specifically rebar comes to mind, because just solely concrete block I don't feel would probably be the best bet. I would certainly say, especially if you're in an area that has potential for a hurricane season, I would strongly suggest some type of rebar also added to the mix within your concrete block shed. I think of the Three Little Pigs sort of thing. Yes, Kathy, we all love Leah. All love her. Oh, hi from Brazil. Yes, I love this. Your videos of building a shed helped me a lot. Thanks. I love hearing that. So thank you so much. And I love the fact that the BYOT community is all over the world these days. It's truly remarkable. Let's see. Oh, Australia. Found your channel recently and love the videos. Thank you so much, Richard. Appreciate the support. That's amazing. And again, fans all over the world, truly remarkable. And I just love it. Attention to detail. I love your attention to detail and explain why we need to do things a certain way. And that is a comment that I absolutely, truly appreciate, because that's something that I personally always, if there's a reason why I think the channel has done so well, I think it's because of that mindset. And the real mindset that I have within the channel is the fact that I want to entertain, but I want to specifically educate my audience on how to build and how to do a project. I don't want this channel to be just a process of me showing you a process of building, because yeah, I can show you the process, but all those small little tips along the way are really the learning process of how to do something and how to build it. And I truly do want to show all of you how to build something, because I don't want it to be just entertainment purposes. I want to actually educate and help others learn how to build and create. So I really do appreciate that that comment, because that is the essence of what BYT is to me personally, and hopefully it is to some other people out there. Fabio, Brazil again. Your videos of building a shed helped a lot. It's a guide for me and my father projects. Ooh, father projects. Do you mean that's for your father? And D, what has been the most challenging project you've faced? Oh, that is a good question. D, coming out with the heavy hitters, right? I would say there's been a podcast that I did recently was talking about my biggest fail, as in my biggest failed project. And I've never really had specifically a failed project, but it was one project in particular that really was draining on me personally. And it all turned out and worked out great. But if any of you have watched the how to tile a rounded surface, that in particular was one of the most challenging projects I have ever taken on for multiple reasons, mainly because one, I have never tiled around the surface, so I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it until I started doing it and then realized, oh, this is a lot of work. As well as two, it was in a town and where they were actually manufacturing it, and it was actually an hour and a half away from where I was living at the time, and therefore I was actually having to drive back and forth every single day, which then means I'm in the car for 3 hours a day while I'm going back and forth on this project. It was supposed to be a 2 to 3 day project. It turned into a 4-day project. And the kicker of all kickers on this specific project was the fact that this project was supposed to be done months before, and I had committed to it months before, but it got pushed because of COVID and everything else. And therefore, it was a couple weeks before my wife was supposed to give birth. So I still had to take on the project. I still wanted to take on the project, but I wanted to make sure I was home at night no matter what, in case my wife gave birth to our beautiful baby girl. And so I kept on making sure, it was in the back of my mind every single day as I was building, thinking, oh, hopefully she doesn't have the baby yet. Hopefully she doesn't have the baby yet. But that's why I was going back and forth. I finally get the project done on a Thursday. I feel so good. It's completed. It looks great. I get back home, and the next morning I decided to do some video editing for the video, and my wife walks in and says, I think my water just broke. Yeah, that was that was a day. And lo and behold, everything worked out beautifully. It's just one of those things where you don't think, it wasn't the largest project I have taken on, but it certainly was the most challenging just because of all the steps along the way, as well as just the mental fatigue of thinking, worrying about not being there for my wife as she gives birth. So all things considered, we can look back and smile because it all worked out, but it was quite a unique challenge to say the least. Let's see here. I am looking, what's the best way to even begin planning out a shed? Oh, Carlos, good question. And this is a shed question, so I do appreciate that because we are taking on plenty of questions, and shed questions are always appreciated because we're in the middle of building a shed. So what's the best way to even begin planning out a shed build? So obviously, number one thing is just to try and figure out the dimensions. So if you have any experience within the dimension realm, and hopefully the videos that I'm producing help with the learning process of building, but I am going to be putting out plans. So hopefully those also help your shed building aspects. So you can see them firsthand, how I'm building it, and then coincide with your own shed build. So having a good game plan as to what type of shed, what's the style, and then make a list of materials. So sit down for half an hour and just think about everything you're going to need for that build. And it's okay if you can't remember, you don't think of everything, but luckily for you, for my shed, I put a list of items, whether it's tools or materials, of every single item that you actually am using or needing in that project. So hopefully that also helps, but making a nice cohesive list of everything you need so you're not going back and forth from the store is very vital, as well as the process. And again, with any build, it always starts from the ground up, and making sure you do your due diligence with making sure the slab is level, making sure your framing is level. Those will all be huge factors to making sure that everything else goes smoothly afterwards. Because if your concrete's not level or your framing is not level, that means everything else is going to be a lot more difficult when you try and assemble everything, because just things are not going to fit appropriately how you want them. So just keep that in mind for sure. Hello from Michigan. I don't think you posted part 3 of your shed video, but can you tell us what materials you considered for roofing? So, cross country, no, I have not posted part 3 yet. It is for sure coming out next Saturday, I assure you, with plans, and it's going to be an amazing way to completely encapsulate that project. So for materials that I considered for roofing, we actually considered obviously asphalt shingles. We considered cedar shingle roof, but the one that we landed on was a metal roof. And we specifically wanted to go with a metal roof because of where the shed was. We're in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. We got a lot of rain, and the shed is underneath a couple of very large trees. And I will take pictures of what my neighbor's roof looks like, and you will see the havoc that nature causes upon a roof if it's there for years on end and it's not upkept. With a metal roof, you have a lot less maintenance involved with all of the moss that grows on asphalt shingles up here. I don't know if where you live, but here in the Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of issues with moss specifically that grows on our asphalt roofs. And if you're underneath a large number of trees, that means you're going to get plenty of moss and plenty of needles, and it's just not going to last very long in considering or it's not going to last long comparatively to a metal roof. So just keep that in mind on your roof project. Oh, look at that. Magda, thank you so much for joining me. And thank you. Yes, today is my birthday, if any of you actually knew. And Magda, thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. And what is your question? What would you suggest to seal wood patio furniture? I don't want to use. Oh, interesting. What would you recommend by manufacturer? So is it one question for you? Are you trying to seal it like a natural wood finish, or are you trying to seal it via a paint? Because two different scenarios. I'm assuming you want to seal natural wood furniture. And if you don't, let me know in the comments below there, Magda. But there are plenty of brands to choose from. And the one that comes to mind, I'm trying to remember what the specific brand is. But let me take a look and actually look it up, because I do know for certain there's been one that I use, and I haven't done a lot of furniture for outside use. All of my wood furniture is normally interior, but there are a few that I have actually used. So let me just take a look real quick. Wood, exterior wood sealer. I want to actually make sure I'm advising you correctly, because it all kind of depends on if it gets heavy use as far as the weather goes. Varathane comes out with a couple different types of products that are more exterior use, and in all honesty, I've always had very good luck with Varathane products. So take a look at their product line. There's a number of different ones to choose from, but specifically for me personally, I've always enjoyed using Varathane products, and they're always easy to get. So that makes life a lot easier, especially when trying to find products at your local Home Depot or just in general hardware store. So take a look at those. If you can't, you know how to reach me. Okay, what other questions do we have? Carlos, again, let's see here. What are some upcoming video releases that you are working on that you can share with us? Oh, another good question, Carlos. So a couple fun ones. I am in the in the midst of building a large-scale deck. I'm doing a deck project. This is going to be a freestanding deck. So this means that it's not going to be attached to the house. It's going to be separate. So I have built a deck on the channel, but it was attached to the house. This is going to be a different style, a different design, and it's going to be away from the house slightly. So I'm very excited about that one because that's going to be another like 3 to 4 part video. But it's also because there's going to be multiple different types of scenarios where we're going to do framing, we're going to do the actual decking, we're going to show you how to actually install the railing system, as well as potentially stairs, exterior stairs, not really deck related, but more timber exterior stairs, which can actually be very beautiful in the right setting. So keep that in mind. I also have plenty of other projects. We might be building a bar. We are definitely going to be doing some more exterior projects along the way because of the fact that it's so beautiful out right now. I want to really utilize that time. But when it gets a little bit colder, I also have a couple different bathroom projects that I'm going to be getting into a full remodel. I'm trying to figure out how to do a kitchen remodel because I'm trying to find someone that wants to do a kitchen remodel because I think that would do very well on the channel, and everyone loves a kitchen remodel, right? I think so. Really? Greetings from Dubai. Well, I love that. That's amazing. And thank you so much for the support. Much appreciated. Still trying to sell my 2 kids. Both are of employment age so that I can afford the rest of the wood I need. Not sure I will get enough for them walls up. And that is as far as they go. Come on. Well, Steph, I mean, at least you can use your children as your labor, right? And come on, at least if they're not employed, then they have some time on their hands to help dad along the way. I mean, they might not be employment age, but get them in there, try and teach them something. Maybe it just will become a mess, and they really just will make life a lot harder for you than easier because they're not employment age yet. But you live and you learn, right? There are days in which I'm so excited to teach Isla, or my little baby girl, how to build. I don't know as to what time frame I'll be able to get to where I really want to, but eventually we'll get there. Really, I'm loving the fact that there's so many people all over the world that enjoy BYOT. Egypt, this is amazing. I love hearing this because we have Dubai, we have Egypt, we have Australia, we have Brazil. This is insane. I love YouTube. This is amazing. Oh, and Malaysia. Oh, yes, Yes, thank you so much for your support. I will be emailing you, and we actually went a different direction. So I do greatly appreciate the support. I will for sure email you back. So thank you. I did get your last email, and I truly appreciate your support because I want to utilize you on other projects. It's not going to be the shed project. So just keep that in mind. Thank you again so much for the support and actually reaching out to me because that is greatly appreciated along the way. So again, thank you. Oh, and thank you for the birthday wishes, you guys. Yep, everyone's saying birthday. Thank you. Magdas, yes, natural wood. So yes, that would be still the right case. And I will text you later on a couple. I'll email you a few different other items just so you know firsthand the ones that I personally have used and would recommend. Let's see here. We have a shed similar in design to yours, but with double doors. How would you go about building in a rooftop deck on it? Really, I will definitely require some creative redesigns. So are you? You have an existing shed, and you're trying to actually build a deck on top of your shed. So, is the shed attached to your house, or is it just kind of freestanding and it's a very large, well-built deck that you want to, that's a flat roof that you want to put on a deck on top of your roof shed? Give me a little bit more detail there, Matt. I'm just curious to make sure I'm not going off in different directions. Again, this is amazing. All over the world, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Love it, love it, love it. Missed the answer already, but what's your plan for the shed? Anyway, Ron, again, thank you so much for the support. I always appreciate your comments, and the shed is done. It's ready to go, just not fully done with the aspect of the videography. I have plenty of time that I still need to add to it that is more video editing related, as well as voiceover, which takes time. And the shed is done, just need to get to that point. So we are going to be posting a video where we're posting part 3 next Saturday with plans. So just keep that in mind. And thanks again for the support. Kitchen remodel, yes, fully agree. Fully agree. And that's definitely one that I want to take on. I will never forget my homies in South Seattle, Matt. Never. Oh, both kids are employed and going to school as well. So love it. Love it. Oh, you're down in Vancouver, Washington, by the way. Oh, perfect. Close by. Doing a bathroom right now. How close to the Home Depot shower pan do I place flooring? LTV, as the pan has a small lip at floor level. So with LVT in tile, there's a transitional period there. And in all honesty, if you don't want to install one of those transition strips, there are really nice quality silicones that you can use that are more for floor, that will actually give and take and stretch a bit, so you don't have to worry about it cracking. And as well as it's perfect for next to a shower because it is waterproof. So keep that in mind. I personally like to use a nice seam down there, especially if you're able to, and a nice waterproof seam is always desirable in my personal perspective. Hopefully that helped there, Stefan. Oh, let's see. A freestanding shed, pitched roof as yours is. Okay, and your original question was to try and build a roof on top, or excuse me, a deck on top of it. So if I were thinking about this, it's all about structural support and making sure the entire structure is sound, and putting a deck on top of a shed. I would really have to take a look at pictures before I gave any kind of perspective on how I would build it. So let me, send me an email at byotools@gmail.com, and I will actually personally take a look at it and let you know what I think, because I am interested at the actual what their situation is, because that is a unique one that I personally have never seen. And I always am curious, especially when I hear a unique endeavor like that. So email me. Looking forward to... Oh, yep. See, I think my name is Ian. Actually was one of the winners of the gate system, the Adjust-A-Gate system. So that, I, again, truly appreciate the support as always. And I'm so glad that you actually emailed me, because there's one person that actually hasn't emailed me yet from that contest. So hopefully they do, and hopefully you get the actual gate itself very soon. If you don't, again, email me, because I will make sure that they're on top of it. But they said they will be getting them out shortly, I assure you. But you guys, again, thank you so much for all the love and support. I know it's late, but the aspect of this channel is all about learning and helping others learn how to build and create. And this is my truest passion in life. So I truly greatly appreciate all of your support. And the fact that I'm able to do this full time now is beyond grateful in my perspective. It's my birthday, and I never thought I would be where I am today, even a year ago. And the fact that I'm here now and seeing exponential growth within the channel is something that's truly remarkable in my eyes, and something that I'm personally extremely grateful for. So again, thank you all so much for the love and support. I have to get going because I have a baby in the next room that's crying and I hear her. But in any case, thank you all. Greatly appreciate it. And next week, I assure you, will be an amazing transformation of the culmination of this shed build with plans. So thank you again. And till next time, out. Love you all, BYT fam.